Status, what's up? See the status in you. Still a greedy ass seller, only thinking about the shelf. Who need your help? Teach us up, know what you about. Couples about, people are puzzling what the hell's up with you. No status, what's up? See the status in you. Still a greedy ass seller, only thinking about the shelf. Who need your help? Teach us up, know what you about. Couples about, people are puzzling what the hell's up with you.
Elijah and his squad were taught by Drew. Many act like they never knew. Got you in the pot over burning bamboo, simmering the sellout stew. Black Twitter ripping TI, just a bunch of sellouts too. Chasing a fraud, a puppet like God, but always running from truth, accepting the lies of rapper guys, rapping LGBTQ. Wearing a purse, revenge of the nerds, is how black sellouts do. Keeping you white, calling you black, and other more two misnomers too. The reason we fall most of all, we trust all and love who? Using fire festival rules. They keep selling you out. Playlists full of these dudes, keeping you fools on Google where they hang out. Snapchat, black trap, Takashi shop and fat rap. The way sellout niggas flip, they must be acrobats. Finger under my nose like Mo, watching how low all these sellout niggas go. Calling the continent Turtle Island when the Moors know. This is Morocco.
No status, what's up? See the status in you. Still a greedy ass seller, only thinking about the shelf. Who need your help? Teach us up, know what you about. Couples about, people are puzzling what the hell's up with you. No status, what's up? See the status in you. Still a greedy ass seller, only thinking about the shelf. Who need your help? Teach us up, know what you about. Couples about, people are puzzling like the hell's up with you.
Straight up in the chest, speak from the gut with one's breath, erect one's spine and helps align one's mind, not just puff chest. Some see success as an image, it's part, yet some of his gimmicks at heart. Mimics that start to change when closer to their aim, similar, not the same, the lane most of us claiming off from, meaning some common traits of fresh learning changes, how things get done. We begun with self-inspection, and proceed to self-reflection in the direction of those in my immediate trusted section. Corrections mandatory, many lack peers of authority, reminding us of our story, how we are and we are to be mostly. You see, too many grasping dearly for imagery, when truthfully you see's only the iceberg tip of me. That's how it's supposed to be. Instead of these short vision investors spending to be shining, praising haters and being grimy, and most of the time should be a memory of past poor conduct. Yes, I'm so stuck in that stage, excessive value for external praise.
Status, what's up? See the status in you. Still a greedy ass seller, only thinking about the shelf. Who need your help? Teach us up, know what you about. Couples about, people are puzzling what the hell's up with you. No status, what's up? See the status in you. Still a greedy ass seller, only thinking about the shelf. Who need your help? Teach us up, know what you about. Couples about, people are puzzling like the hell's up with you. Numbers though, I don't like counting, man. I like counting stuff. Ancestors, man. Pro bono, publico, pro facto, pro indefenso. We that two things tramp on top of B man. Sounds like an E flat, pain, quattro, doors, ablaze with my circle. Involve my C ergo, leans back, but not that high. I'm a B, but I'm not that fly. Bugging you, I'm not that kind. Look like a mean mug, what did I do? Try to be like you, let your feet hover, fall off your path, let the leaves suck ya. I didn't mean that, you said you needed intensive care. I got the weed pack, cocked 10 bags of your hair. You said you need that, with the tail, I brought the whole steed. Giddy up, wasn't funny, what you call money, bring the green back, but greed is always left intact. Pop bye, pro bono, et malo, pro indefenso, pro
Pro
falso.
bono, progress need no promo. Brainwashed by TV programs, no proclaim lower self, project higher than rockets. Profound like fork tongues in sockets. Protection lacking, project in a direction away from blacking or be lacking. In a zombie procession, most profession keep you from progressing, denying due processing. Prosecutor wants no impropria persona in full life for obia. Prodigal son, nautical, astronomical one. All pro, never implausible, cause probable. Proactive, not passive, minds captive. Problem, children angry and hyperactive. Needs more probiotic. Pro-black is pro-death. I'm pro-seeds and process. Pro-democracy, Moors keep me perplexed. Not hearing innocence, Kirkman Bay's Moors profess. Seating no Moors in the back with no protest. Spiritual work is in progress.
Speaking pro is best, a point I emphasize, no stress. Meaning attend to what is or is to be, but it's not less. Communications a test and verbally I express my progress and high probability for profit we opt to get. Opportunities that set our plots in check. To apply the domino effect, a story connects. More important than the past project, hence we document to step correct when we reflect. Plus self-respect to the tech, what's real and focus on growth. This is what it is and we use the theme of this verse, so take note. I proactively promote the quotes that I wrote when enlightened. Stimulating my state to be one more great from inciting. Affirmations that heighten implementation and writing. Healthy reminders inciting the calm and minded to fighting. Or more like a dance, the mental train. Or what I'm saying, like Coach Nim said, it's often the weak that complain.
Pro bono, publico, pro facto, pro indefenso.
Pro bono, progress need no promo. Brainwashed by TV programs, no.
Speaking pro is best, my progress project. I proactively promote the quotes that I wrote.
Peace, Moors, Islam. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to all Moors. Honors to all true and faithful Moors, because certain Moors, they don't even deserve any honors right now. Certain Moors deserve 0 honors. If you have any questions, put it in the chat in all caps, and you'll be able to get some answers. So, Rise of the Moors put this up earlier today, and this thing has my mind just, what is going on here? What is really going on? This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. This makes no sense whatsoever. Now, a Moor right now, a Moor is kidnapped. A Moor is kidnapped right now. And then people who are Moors are gonna say, look, see, that's what happens when you say you're a Moor or whatever. If this is not the biggest example of CIA COINTELPRO operations that we have ever seen in our time, where people who are supposed to know the truth about their nationality and birthrights are trying to tell you that other people who know the truth about their nationality and birthrights are against what Noble Drew Ali presented. And that don't listen to them because, you know, you're going to get this. This is a COINTELPRO operation to give these people a reason or an example to put out their little videos or whatever, and then it's right around the time of certain people's movie coming out and all that. That's talking about the COINTELPRO and infiltration of things that have to do with Asiatics liberating themselves. Interesting timing. Like, very interesting timing. That we're getting to see it at work if our eyes are open and we really study what Noble Drew Ali brought. Because when we go to the Moorish literature Noble Ali said that Moors are men, upright, independent and fearless, who care for their loved ones and follow the Prophet to a destiny which is neither uncertain or unknown. What this Moor is going through right now is not unknown. We know exactly what they're doing. The problem is the dumb public doesn't know what they're doing. They think he got arrested for something. And then they're going to listen to officers of the court try to tell you that the Moors are sovereign citizens. See, this is what happens when you whatever. But nobody never asks the question, hey, hold on a second. Since when you wear hoods in mugshots and stuff like that? Since when you wear hoods in mugshots? Why is he wearing a hood in the mugshot? When the whole point is to see the face and all that stuff. You're not going to say it. They're going to ask you, okay, well, you know, race, sex, height, weight, hair color. Okay, well, hair. So what about the ends? What if his ends are blonde or whatever? That's not going to be part of the evidence of how he looks. Since when they got hoods on in mugshots? Think about mugshots. And the only people who might have a hood on a mugshot is somebody that's Muslim. And then we have to ask ourselves, well, okay, if they're letting him wear a hood in a mugshot, just like if they're letting him wear a fez on a passport picture, and these Negroes can't go in there with baseball hats talking about, yeah, well, I rep New York, so I want a New York and a passport photo. No hats allowed. The hell out of here. Something must be up if they're letting him wear a hood in a mugshot for charges that him being in the mugshot is part of the whole game. But if that's botched, is anything else botched? Is anything else botched? Could this really be an operation to try to make you think Moors are crazy? When Moors who know him know he's not crazy. He's not crazy. No, he's definitely not crazy. He's definitely not incompetent. He's definitely not somebody who lost his rocker. He's definitely not some sovereign citizen, whatever like that. He's definitely not any of that. This is an operation that's against our people, because our people want to play like doesn't matter what we call ourselves, right? And they do this to Moors to make it doesn't matter what we call ourselves have credibility. Because the dumbass is going to say, well, if they're doing this to a Moor, then that means the Moors don't have the power to do whatever. Race, black. Sex, male. Height, 6'6". Weight, 185. Hair color, bald. Eye color, brown. Build, thin. Complexion, dark. Marital status, single. Father, Dave Guess. Mother, Scrutchkins. That's his mom. So Dave Guess is his father and Scrutchkins is his mom. Dependents 1, birthplace Morocco, citizenship USA. And then the Moors circled USA. Why do you think they shun upon the truth of the earth? Because it's not truth of the earth. The earth is where all the fallen angels got sent to. So if the earth is the home of the fallen angels, and the fallen angels are devils because they went against the Most High, then what truth? Truth is only here because fallen angels realize that they messed up or whatever like that, and they got to fix this mess. And then that's the truth. The ones who are keeping the orders of the Most High on the earth plane, because we're fallen angels. That's why we're here. We're here because we're fallen angels. We're not here because we're special. We don't know. We found out that we're Moors. 40 years of your life. 40 years of your life, and you just found out about Moors, and you think we're special. We're not special. This is the devil's playground. This is the devil's playground. Do you know? You really don't know what's under that tree? You really don't know. So I told you, go look at that documentary, Glitch in the Matrix. Watch that documentary, Glitch in the Matrix. Just, forget about what you were taught for a second. And listen to these gamer people tell you their perspective of what the world is, what Earth is. And then you start realizing why souls are important. And why with a soul, you vibrate on a certain frequency in the devil's playground where the devil is going to attack you. The devil is going to use you as the example because you're one of the fallen angels that have risen in their consciousness. Right? This ain't the first time that they did this. This is no different than the freaking guy just walking and some guys jump out the bushes and then put him on a boat and tell him that he's a slave. They do this. This is what they do. Didn't you just watch the goddamn movie? These people killed Fred Hampton in his sleep. You didn't see the movie? Why is he murdered in his sleep? That's this. That's this right here. That's this right here. This right here is the exact same stuff that you saw in the movie. COINTELPRO operations. Doing whatever it is they have to do because they know our people are not men. They're not upright. They're definitely not independent, and they're definitely not fearless. They're a bunch of cowards. Because you know damn well that you're brown, you're going to call yourself black, you're a coward. You know damn well that that's an heir, and you call them kids, you're a coward. The highest sense known to man is common sense. So there's nothing deep, dropping some deep stuff. Just common sense. We know he's a Moor. They know he's a Moor. Why are you going to put the race black, but then put birthplace Morocco? Why? Why would they say giving a false name, but then the Moors are talking about Massachusetts has right to common law name change. Okay, so if he said that whatever happened, and then he said, I'm a Moor. Where are you from? I'm from Morocco. How are they writing black down? How they writing hair color bald, and you're taking this serious? Well, Omar got arrested. You're dumb if you think this is serious. Oh, well, they got him in the... No, I don't care if they got him. This is not serious. These people are playing games. They're in there right now asking them how to get off their taxes and shit like that. Because we know the Moors know the IRS is fake. Could you give us some info? Right now they're talking about, hey, what kind of guns do the brothers and Moors over there have and stuff like that. Oh yeah, they got the banana clips and stuff. Oh, interesting. You know, this is an open carry state. You guys do whatever you want to do. You know, no problem. But we're going to charge you with, unlicensed operation of a motor vehicle and attaching plates and unregistered motor vehicle when I'm from Morocco. Why would my stuff be registered with you if I'm from Morocco? If you acknowledge I'm from Morocco, that means I'm not a U.S. citizen. And if I'm not a U.S. citizen, why are you expecting me to have U.S. citizen things? When you wrote down on the paper right here that my birthplace is Morocco. Where did Noble Drew Ali say? The descendants of Moroccans born in America. Okay. Birthplace Morocco. We're descendants of Moroccans born in America. Okay, so if we're descendants of Moroccans, that means we're from Morocco. And if we're born in America, we're saying we're Moroccan. And if we're saying we're Moroccan, then that means we're not black. And then, how is a hair color bald? How is hair color bald? What's your hair color? Bald. The person who said bald as their hair color, are you going to look at them serious? If you ask them 20 times and 20 times their answer is, my hair color is bald. Why do you keep asking me the same question 20 times? I told you my hair color is bald. You going to take these people serious? Because if you take them serious, then that means they can pull that BS going all the way back to whenever. No. Because you just went with the BS. We're not talking about individuals involved. We're talking about dummies out here who are most definitely 100% people are going to take this and say, see, look, this happens to the Moors when you say that you're a Moor, and try to use that to make you think it's not about being a Moor. Because this is what happens to Moors. Yeah, this happens to Moors. This happens to Moors a lot. Why? Because we're upright, independent, and fearless. And they could do whatever the hell they want. You're putting down Moroccan on the paper. I don't care what you do. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? This is not Kunta Kente. We're not saying we're Toby. We're not saying we're Toby. We play a little game on the plantation if you want to play a little nickname or whatever like that. But when it comes to dealing with these inquisitionists, when it comes to dealing with these colonists in our land, Moors don't play, we're black and all that stuff and jump into jurisdiction like the people who want to play, this is what happens to Moors. Moors are sovereign citizens. Right? Just like he's going through this right now, for you is no different than Fred Hampton getting shot in his sleep for you. You gonna wake up? Or you gonna wake up, or we're gonna have the same BS continue? Because remember, all this fake stuff that they're doing in this is not because of Moors. The COINTELPRO activity is not because of Moors. The COINTELPRO activity is because of unconscious Moors. Spoiler alert. Remember Remember when they had him in the car and they were supposed to cap him in the car because they already knew their higher senses were already telling them, this dude right here is a traitor. Let's just cap him right now and we'll just dump him somewhere. Just cap him right now. Nah, they want to play, try to figure some stuff out. When little voice already told them, hey, that guy's the traitor. I don't know what he's going to do, but that guy's the traitor. Had him backed in the corner. Had the raccoon in the corner. Had the knives ready at the raccoon. Like, yeah, you're not going anywhere this time, bro. You messed up too much stuff in this backyard. You messed up too much stuff. But they didn't. And then what? Because they didn't, guess what happened? They lost their hand. Because little voice already told them what the hell was up. Okay, fine. You're not going to cap him. You're not going to bring him in the back alley or whatever like that. We're going to bring him in front of everybody right now. And let's see you talk your BS in front of Fred. Let's see you talk your BS in front of anybody who's really in this to be in this. But nah. What they do? They want to play little games. Well, your story's messed up or whatever. We already know you're the traitor, but you said that you can backflip. Do a backflip, let me see. Well, you know what I mean? No, just do a backflip. You said you could backflip. That's the story you just told, right? All right, so backflip. And this guy closed his eyes and did something, backflipped, even though form was all messed up and all that, and they gave him the pass. Oh, all right, you backflipped. I guess you're down. I guess you're down with the cause. I guess you're down with the cause. When they should have brought him in front of everybody. Because they knew something was wrong. They knew something was wrong in their heart, in their mind, in their soul. Their body even knew something was wrong because they brought the gun with them. Oh yeah. And don't forget that the same people who want to ride with these people, right? They're going to go against Moors, but then they're not going to talk about, well, how come they said his race is black if he's a Moor? And how come they said his hair color is bald? And how come they said all these contradictions? They're never going to go there. They're going to ride with them saying this BS. And then they're going to come out and say, see what happens when you have guns? And then this is what's going to happen. And then they think that you guys want to do shootouts and stuff like that. And then, you shouldn't have guns. Don't look at it like that. Don't let them let you look at it like that. As if guns were the issue in the movie. Guns weren't the problem. People were the problem. Guns don't do anything unless people are behind them. Guns just sit there. Do nothing. Right? They're going to play that game to connect it to Moors. Don't let them do it. I'm telling you now they're going to do it. Because this is Fred Hampton right here. And they have some BS charges, just like they have some BS charges on him or whatever like that. In order to get you to miss what's going on. That it's your own. Your own who look just like you, who don't want to be upright, independent, and fearless. That's your problem. Trust me, it's not no European. They only have the leeway they have as colonists because of traitors in our ranks. they wouldn't be able to do what they're supposed to do. For example, not the time when Rise of the Moors went to court and Moors went from all over the place to be there. Before that, if Moors stayed upright, independent, and fearless, those 50 people would have added on to 50 people, which would have made 100 people, and then this definitely wouldn't have happened. But it's always your own. Quick to take off the fez and turban and go back to being a nigger. And then want to know why we have problems. And want to complain about we got problems. But they don't want to have those conversations, because as soon as you start having those conversations, now everybody got to take responsibility for, okay, well, what did you do? Let's go around and see what everybody did for the nation. What did you do over there? Put something on the table that you did for the nation. Oh, I you know what I mean? Started a garden in the back. All right, cool. You know what I mean? Moors come to you to get their products and stuff like that. Oh yeah, you know what I mean? Moors come to me regular. Get their pumpkin, their squash, their kale, their whatever they got. You know what I mean? Because I started a garden for the Moors. All right, cool. That's pretty cool. What do you do over there? Whatever. Oh yeah. Moors are with the whatever, and they've been supporting them. What? That's what's up. What you do over there? Huh? Nothing? No, nothing. You just didn't find your niche in this? God, he said there's enough work for everybody to do. Okay, so everybody has something to do. So what are you doing? Oh, nothing? Or are you chilling? Oh, okay. All right. So stuff doesn't get done. That's just what it is. Don't get mad. Don't feel guilty or nothing like that, because, you know, man is mind. So there's no guilt and shame and all that stuff. It's about recognizing what it is and fixing yourself. Just recognize what it is and fix yourself. Start adding on instead of trying to recreate stuff that's there already. How about add on? You know, like, you know, for example, you know, we said we're going to have the first ever Moor Science Temple in this jurisdiction, right? It's just what it is. Nobody can say the Moors weren't here. Can't say the Moors weren't here. Just doing our part. Found a lane, and we just went in the lane.
Peace.
More peace.
My hair's all fucked up. Don't even worry about it.
But we're not worried about it.
I just want to say for the record, real quick, that the point you brought up earlier, how Moors are going to say, well, if you weren't bearing arms and if you weren't doing this, you weren't doing that. I just want to be clear, like the charges that are up on the screen, none of that is gun charges. And it states in the Quran that, in the Quran of Muhammad, that you know, if you're in the fight of Allah, which we're all claiming that we are, if we're talking about uplifting fallen humanity and doing good deeds and stuff like that, we're all in the fight of Allah, and as far as on the path of righteousness and justice and all that stuff. So we can't act like while fighting the enemy of freedom, which is what we're fighting, where we're talking about the colonists and then violating people's rights. We can't then say that what they're doing to us is the wrath of Allah. Like, that's not what it is. It's they can't have our people being inspired based on us just living our Moorish lives. Like, they can't have that. Mm-hmm. Because just like when they make decisions in court cases, that becomes case law, and now people can pattern their cases based off of that. People are going to be able to pattern their lives off of what Moors are just doing by living their free national lives. And they can't have that, because once we start doing that, we separate from them. And like the prophet said, they're living off our virtues. So they can't have that. If you know, I'm in your house and I'm eating all your soup, and then you realize it's your soup, I can't have you taking that out of your fridge now. I have to keep the imaginary thought of it's actually my soup in your fridge. That way I can eat it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the sellout would be, you know, me and your cousin comes in the house and says, "Nah, Cujo, that's not your soup." Like, what are you talking about? You know, like no one has ever been charged with gun charges except for when we were traveling and it was locked in the trunk, which violates their laws to peaceful journey. So like you said, they're never gonna say that the colonists did anything wrong ever.
Yeah.
Which to me is like clear, open, and blatant that you're obviously one of them. You know what I mean?
You have to be. There's no way you're not one of them.
Yeah. And like Juju said, you know, he was literally, the cops said that they pulled Rashad over because he was following a vehicle too closely. Meanwhile, we're on I-95, right where it splits to 93, which is like known to have traffic. Like if you're around here, you already know there's bumper to bumper cars there at all times of the day. So then, you know what I mean, they do an inventory check of his car and they find the gun in the trunk, which according to their federal laws is completely legal. So they then take this inventory check and act like it's a search warrant, and now they have gun charges out of nowhere. And again, I don't hear Rami Salam El apologizing to us on behalf of the United States for violating our rights. Like, what's up with that?
He said it's not a European.
You know what I mean? He can apologize to Natalie, but he can't apologize to Morris, when clearly, you know what I mean? Clearly, if the post that you're looking at, if you scroll to the other post, Massachusetts laws states that you have the right to a common law name change, but the cops are trying to charge him with giving a false name. Like, I'm pretty sure Rami Salam L's name wasn't Rami Salam L before. Yep. You know what I mean? So how could you not tell, like, okay, that violates your rights too? Since Moors keep claiming the teachings of the prophet, that means every living thing is bound together by cords to every other living thing. So if Rashad Bey can go to jail for fake name, that means you can too.
Straight up. And them more than him.
Yeah. So it's you know, it's just sad. It's very sad.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
And there's like a pattern where every time you or me or any other Moor is exposing another Moor, the Moors are like, oh, it's not, you know, don't air out dirty laundry, and you guys aren't. What are you talking about? Like, so you want me to fold up a dirty pair of underwear and put it in your drawer so you can put it on later? Like, that's what you want? Yeah. Or do you want me to air it out for you? You want me to clean it for you? Like, what do you want? Yeah. You know, and the prophet talked about there's going to be vanguards in this movement. The vanguards are people like Cujo that's at the front lines exposing everybody. Like, don't fuck with these Moors, don't fuck with those Moors, don't fuck with those Moors because of A, B, C, D, and E. Not because of any personal fucking vendetta. You're not even if the Moors believed in the United States, you're not even in the United States to even be exposing people to benefit you in some type of way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So literally Moors are just not thinking, and it's just sad where they pretend that quote unquote love is the only answer, but they don't understand that love requires sacrifice. You know, you can punch someone in the face out of love. Like, if you try to fuck with my daughter, I'm probably not just going to punch you in the face, but there's probably going to be a shotgun barrel in your mouth. That's out of love for my daughter. You know what I mean? So it's not that I hate you. It's I love my daughter more than I love you. So don't do nothing. You know what I mean? And if we really loved ourselves, then we'd be willing to protect ourselves at any cost. You know what I mean? And it's just sad that, you know, people will cherry pick out of the Quran and say, well, the prophet said, you know, Moors don't harm any living thing. But the prophet also said, if your life is of importance to others, it's your duty to protect it. So if you have the mindset of the prophet said, don't harm any living thing, and you have the obligation to protect your life if your life is of value to others, and then you have a child, and that child is an infant and needs you, depends on you, and then, you know, a raccoon is attacking you, are you not going to defend yourself? Because that's
just gonna let the raccoon scratch your face off.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Or if
you know it will too.
or if, you know what I mean, like a snake is trying to strangle you, are you not gonna take it off your neck just because it's a living thing? You know, and same thing with anybody. Because when I say colonists, I'm including Moriscos too. I'm including Dirty Moors.
Of course.
So if any
Of course.
colonist or someone with a colonial mindset is attacking you, are you going to have the mindset of that my prophet said, don't hurt any living things? You know what I mean? And people also fail to realize that, yes, the only devil that man must redeem himself from is the lower self. But don't forget, other people have lower selves that they haven't mastered yet. So the whole reason why that person is attacking you is because they haven't mastered their lower self, which is also the devil. Yep. So you have the devil from within and the devil from without, which is as within, so without, as above, so below. Go ahead.
And Satan, and the beast.
Yeah.
And all the stuff that you're claiming is chasing you around that you can't do it.
Yeah.
But another aspect that has to be understood with Moors is that when the Moriscos are making it seem as if because Moors have guns or tanks or whatever, they're going out to go do something. No. You are going to be using that if you're attacked.
Yeah.
You're going to be using that if you're under some type of issue where you need to defend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just going to be going outside shooting in the air or whatever like that, like years or whatever. Like nobody's not doing that dumb stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not what it's about.
Yeah.
You know? And again, even with the stuff that's going on, honors to you, Moors, for standing up for something relative to what we should be standing up for. That's not the only thing or whatever, but you know what I mean? It's something that needs to be considered.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be considered if we're considering having our own money and considering having a Moorish hospital and having Moorish this and that, having Moorish everything?
Yeah.
But then no talk or ideas or nothing floating around about Moorish army or military or something.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? Nothing? We recorded when we went outside with our arms, like we weren't, you know, like as the militia. People were thanking us. Like we didn't even do nothing. We were just walking around where we were walking to where we were going to train. And on the way there, Europeans were thanking us, talking about they feel safe and, you know, thank y'all for doing this. And oh my God, I'm so happy. Europeans saying this. Europeans coming out their window looking out like, oh my God, you guys should go see Trump. Like, go protect Trump. Like, what are you talking about? We're not even doing that like that. We're just walking. We're patrolling to where we're going to go train. So that way we have the habit of doing this. And if we were going to do anything, literally, like I said before, the cops already know because they've been in my house. I live like not even 2 minutes away from the police. So if we were crazy and if we were domestic terrorists, like everyone keeps claiming us to be, something would have happened already. Mm-hmm. So the simple fact that nothing has happened already, knowing that we're prepared to defend ourselves, you know what I mean? That's proof that we're not even about that.
Right.
Let alone not only the fact that we're saying we're not about it, but the fact that we're not doing anything is proof that we're not about that.
Right.
And you know what I mean? And this video footage of me calling the police to let them know, hey, we're a local militia out here. We're about to go train. This is where we're going to be. Here's my phone number. If I'm anti whatever, why would I do that?
Right.
and you know, people like Rami, they're always going to talk about the militia, but they're not going to talk about how we have done several charitable events. We you know, gave away to people in need on the Prophet's birthday. He's not going to talk about that. He's not going to talk about the women and children that we're helping to feed and clothe. He's not going to talk about that. He's not going to talk about the cases that we helped gotten dismissed pro bono, where attorneys charge $8,000 and they want half up front while you're in jail rotting away. He's not going to talk about that.
Yep.
He's only gonna pretend that he's pretending that since we're quote unquote not following the teachings of the Prophet, that we're feeling Allah's wrath and we're being punished. And like, no, man, if you stay home all day and do nothing for your community, they're not gonna mess with you. That's just the goddamn truth. Once you start doing for your community, they're gonna mess with you. It has nothing to do with Allah's wrath and you fucking clowns.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm gonna hop off. My hair's all fucked up. Peace.
Peace, boy. Peace, Juju. It's love.
Yeah, peace.
Right. And that's and this is a good point too. That what they're really against, they weren't going at the Panthers for guns or whatever like that.
They weren't going at the Panthers for guns. They were going at the Panthers because they were about organization and unity. They were going at the Panthers because Fred Hampton was connecting with the El Rockins. And stuff was going to be over. El Rockins was talking to Gaddafi. But because of the BS trumped up stuff, the next in line was Nation of Islam. And they got their 5 mil. And Farrakhan's still around today. Where's Jeff Ford at? He didn't even get the finance from Gaddafi. He didn't even get the finance. El Rockins was commonly known as Peace Stone Rangers. Peace Stone Rangers changed to El Rockins. And El Rockins were ex-gangsters who were Moors now, seeing and knowing what's going on. They got Moorish flag or whatever like that, and they wore fatigues, and they did the same stuff that Panthers were doing. And they kind of played it in the movie with the crowns. And then they should have put the fezzes on them and all that stuff and stop playing around. Like, you guys don't know what was going on in Chicago. The unity is what they were scared of. It wasn't the guns they were scared of. Panthers don't got enough bullets. They're not worried about the guns. You already saw in the shootout from the window or whatever, you ran out of bullets. Now you're sitting there like a dumbass. Right? All that's part of the operation. Because remember, dude was part of the whole thing. Going up from his inception, everything that happened to try to put a whatever on the Panther movement in Chicago was because of this one individual. That people saw something was up. Even aside from the jump, when he went to the first meeting and he tried to hit on the sister, and Fred Hampton had to check him. Fred Hampton had to check the traitor. At that point, they knew what was up. So it wasn't about guns.
It's cool, Joe.
Yo, peace more.
Peace
I know
more.
these people like to play games. They might cut me. So if it cuts, we'll get back on.
All right, for sure.
Yeah.
I just had to chime in more because you start talking about like I ain't seen the movie yet as far as the Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah,
but
that's why I said spoiler alert, because it's pretty crazy though. It's crazy.
Yeah. And you already know I'm out here in the Mecca. And
yeah.
the only thing they push out here in Chicago is division. That's all they push. It's been like that. It's been like that. Like if you go across, like it's a street, it's called Western and Cicero. Like anybody that's from Chicago back in the day, you couldn't really go over to that side because it's so segregated to this day. They don't like our people don't go on that side pretty much over there like that, like back in the day. But now, it's a little bit different, but it's still segregated though, more. And to my knowledge, as far as that, is like that's what they I don't know why it's like that, but they push that whole segregation. Like the Polish stay over there, the Aganazis, they stay over there. The so-called Mexicans, y'all stay over there. They don't want us to link up like that.
Yeah.
They don't want us to link up because they know once we mentally link up on this more science, it's over with for them, man.
It's over with.
It's over with for them. And like you was right though. You was right off what you were saying more because Like you talking about the L. Rookins, you talking about Jeff Fort, Chief Malik, you
Yeah.
talking about you talking about Bull Harrison, you know what I'm saying? Mickey Cogwell, you talking about the ones that was really like the main 21. They was
Yeah.
already with it. They was
Yeah.
already with it. And then Fred Hampton and them was this, they was just gonna make it unleash. And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
everybody was with it, man.
Yeah.
And COINTELPRO operations, you already know more. They always slide in and try to cause that division, divide and conquer.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
we gotta, man, look, man, we gotta really stop being afraid, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's about, man. Like it's like we just afraid. Like Brother Jamal was just saying, like we gotta really like look at what Moors are really out here, like doing charity work. That's doing giving our food drives, giving our books, getting cases beat, dismissed. What Moors
Yeah.
is really out here doing it? Just start sizing up
Yeah.
actions and deeds versus just talk.
Yeah. Talking. Yeah.
Just talking like the work that you be doing. You got Moors from prison requesting books and stuff like that, more that
Yeah.
people don't even know about. They think like we sit on the phone all day and make videos. Nah,
Yeah. Yeah.
like it's real legwork being done off the camera, man. This ain't just some just to do on camera. Nah,
Yeah.
know what I'm
And
saying?
the confusion comes into it. People that, you know, in this time that are new, that think that's what it is. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
about what somebody said on camera. No, it's about what book you got in your lap right now.
facts.
After we
You know
brought
a
up
book?
this thing, how much stuff did we go research? How much, you know what I mean? Because it can't be based in, it can't just merely be based in get something out of this. You know what I mean? Be a more so I can get something. No, it can't be that. They're killing you right now over there.
As much as I be promoting more book because the
For real.
book is just that solid. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they
Yeah.
don't have this book right here, I don't know what they waiting on. I don't know what our people be waiting on. Like we show the books all the time. This book right here, man, I strongly suggest that y'all put this in your library. Are you confused about law, G? Are you confused about law, man? Because that's a head buster right there.
Yeah.
For real.
Big time.
That's a head buster. And
RiseOfTheMoors.org. RiseOfTheMoors.org.
riseofthemoors.org, man. I always throw bro book out because he got multiple books. On top of that, bro got multiple books.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
come Ram?
Yeah.
Yeah. How come Rami Salami, ramen noodles? How come he ain't throwing that out? Like we talking about Moors that's out here with it, man.
Yo, he's not even throwing out 77 amazing facts, and he wrote that.
Wow, he ain't promoting the book that y'all did.
I don't see him
How,
promote nothing.
you know what it's
I
like
don't
to
see him
me?
promote.
You know what it's like to me, Cujo? One of the things that's like to me more. This dude or anybody else that's like him, like a familiar or converso, like dude,
Yeah.
you gotta start questioning like the Universal Declaration of Human Rights states that everyone has the right to a nationality. It also states that we have the right to defend ourselves. Universal Declaration of Human Rights. I got it right here. Then it says that. So how can somebody who says that they're also a grand sheik go against that and make these outlandish claims that Moors who speak like that,
Outlandish.
yeah, that Moors that speak like that are out of pocket. But you say that you were a grand sheik and you say that you honor the principles and the law of the land. So that's not a part of the law of the land. That's international law. So
That's why
when somebody,
that's why we know. That's why we know that it's either something happened in life or whatever,
You know what I mean? And they're stuck in a reverse time loop or something, or they took the check.
Yep. That's it.
Because this is not competent thinking right now.
At all.
I mean, this is not competent thinking.
At all. So I don't see why this person will be defending. That's like somebody who's defending a bully. If you know that the person is just bullying on people, like these unum sanctum operations are doing with our people, and also our people's lack of knowledge, why aren't you out here supporting the ones that's out here enforcing the knowledge? Why are you rocking with the bully? You know?
Hold on. Light currency. Just get at Kush Day. Somebody in Mecca out there. Kush.
Just hit me up. Just hit me up. I'm out here in Iraq all the time. Hit me up. Hit me up. Yo, Cool Joe.
Yo,
I seen more that's in the hospital right now. Still repping.
still repping.
Still repping. In a hospital bed. And you got fully healthy, fully functional, healthy so-called black people who are outside still agreeing to go along to get along.
With the program.
Going with the program, man.
Going along with the program. Going with it. That's why I said, go watch that glitch of the Matrix. Glitch in the Matrix documentary. I see it as we're the only ones left. Everybody is simulation. Everybody's simulation.
Real rap.
There was a mother even yesterday, last night, on the phone with a mother, trying to connect with other mothers, and then she's connecting with other mothers, and they're like niggers.
Wow.
But they're turban and all that stuff though.
Right.
They're Circle 7 and Holy Quran and all that stuff, but they're niggers.
Niggas with fezes on. Like bro just put up. Right. Like bro just put up Rashad. He in jail. Taking denationalized more to law library, and they are talking about firing their attorney. Yep. See?
Yep.
He's in jail. Rashad Bey. Salute to the Moor. He's locked up right now, unlawfully, but is in jail, still putting out literature, still putting the truth out. But you got Moors that's out here that's going against other Moors, though. I mean, come on, man. It ain't really too hard to tell.
Yeah, it ain't hard to tell. Nas told y'all.
Nas told you that. Yo, Cool Joe. Yo, Cool Joe. Yo, it's like, hold up. Let me turn this up. It's like if something is basic, 2 and 2, mathematics, basic. Anywhere you go on the planet is gonna add up to 4.
Yeah.
So if somebody doesn't know mathematics, okay, I mean, they might, get tricked a little bit. Somebody who knows the mathematics, knows the formula, they're gonna come up with the right answer, right?
Right.
So Rami defending Natalie Burrell, and we have proof that attorneys work for the corporation of the United States Corporation. So he's defending that. That would put him in a compromise.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. I just got the countdown. We'll get
oh, you got the countdown?
Yeah. We'll get back on.
Yeah, you know how they do.
Islam Wars, we'll be back. Get back on this.